open with a statement from Coach.
That game went a lot of different ways. First, I thought American played. I thought they played their tails off. I thought they were prepared. I thought they were urgent. I thought they were physical. Coach did an unbelievable job with their preparation to prepare for us. Had us on our heels for about 36 minutes. So you got to give them a lot of credit. Loved their fight. I loved their will. And I was really impressed with how Coach handled the entire game. I'm really, really proud of his growth in a short period of time as a head coach. And American is very, very fortunate to have somebody that has, to have him on the sideline. With our men, I thought it was a resilient win. It was one of the first times we've won here with respect to instilling a culture of resilience, of togetherness, of unselfishness, of complete buy-in and trust to what we, the staff, are trying to instill in our men. Again, when you look at some of our players, all but one is a transfer, and that would be Fielder, all but one. So the trust and buy-in from the time we recruited them to have a game like this and for it to fall our way the way it did, right? Because that game could have been over. I think we were down double digits with under 4, right at 4 minutes. But I got to give our staff the credit. Our staff did an incredible job with the decisions that we were trying to talk about. And then I thought Jayden played well down the stretch. I thought we made the right plays down the stretch to get it to overtime, whether it was a screen. But to me, that was trying to instill a culture of resilience, the DNA of the organization of mental toughness, because we didn't play well. We didn't play well. And sometimes you have to find a way to win when you don't play well. So that's a great organization win. We need a break. We really do. We got some players banged up right here. You got Muhammad Ali right here, who's had, he's got stitches. He's got, he got hit in the lip. We got to get Jay healthy. We got to get Jayden healthy, who's also playing a little banged up. But extremely proud of our men. Extremely proud of our men. And I want to thank the crowd that came out and got behind us. That's what it's all about, is us doing it together.
And what do you think kind of flipped for you guys with about 6 minutes to go? I mean, I know there was obviously, you used some more pressure for sure, particularly in inbound passes. But what stood out as what kind of changed, besides obviously Jayden hitting a lot of shots?
Our attitude. It's just our attitude, right? Sometimes it's just the will and the want to try to do it, right? I don't think it was anything spectacular that we did on the sideline. It was more our men just having a will and a fight to want to do it. I don't have the answer for somebody's will and want. That to me is just pride, and I thought that Hoya pride really came out of our men. I wish I had the right answer for you, but that's kind of what I feel.
Marcus Washington.
Hey, Coach, the play on the game-tying 3 from Epps, 1, were you expecting to be fouled? And 2, was it the action that you ran make it tough for AU to get out there to foul you?
So they were trying to foul, and we knew that. But if the right screen, supreme screen, caused the separation for them not to have a body next to them, right? And that's something that we practice all the time, our late game situations, right, man? That's exactly what we do at the end of practice and our preparation. And they're hard on a 12-hour turnaround to scout, right? I'm going to have to go back into the archives and reevaluate that as far as playing back-to-back this early with a new team. I don't know if that was a smart thing for us to do.
And Jayden, for you, you went through a 6 or 7 minute stretch where you were on a heater. How do you know kind of when to make that decision of going and knowing that you've put that your team on your back, and how do you navigate that?
Like you said, in the moment I just had it going, and that's how coach always coach. He tells us all the time, whoever's cooking, whoever got it going, he gonna come to you. So I had it cooking. My teammates were finding me. My teammates were trusting me, and he just found me open shots, and my teammates trusted me. So and that's how coach is. Like it could have been anybody. If you cooking, he gonna keep coming to you.
And this is for both of you guys. In the last 4 minutes, it was a lot of adversity, and you guys stayed together. What's the communication like to make sure that you stay connected when you have that sort of adversity going down the stretch?
Yeah, I would say just keep believing, because we got down by like 10 late, and we just had to, keep believing in each other and keep believing in the game plan.
and Coach always tell us like no matter what, we always got each other. We got doubters. It might and even on away games, like we might be against a big crowd. So all the time, like he tell us, dead balls, huddle, come together, and just always believe, like Trez said, and just always stay together no matter what.
Epps, did this switch in defenses and pressures, did that kind of conspire to put you guys on your heels at points in the game?
Yeah, I mean, when we scouted them, we knew they were going to try to pressure us. We've kind of been a high turnover team lately, trying to get that down. So Coach told us that they were going to try to pressure us and things like that. And at the beginning, we were playing on our heels, and we going to be rolling. The guard, we going to go back to the drawing board, and we going to fix that. But we were playing on our heels at first, but as we built confidence as the game went on, we kind of started playing downhill with it.
Styles, you guys were out rebounded and by a large margin during the game. You kind of closed it at the end. Do you expect a lot of boxing out drills in practice next week? Is that going to be a focus?
I'm pretty sure it will be. We can't keep losing on the boards. You got to be more aggressive. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the main focal point of next practice.
Do you feel like that comeback and being able to force overtime kind of invigorated your guys at the defensive end once you got to overtime? Because it felt like that was a different sort of thing than what we had seen for probably the first 35 minutes.
And I think that answers your question. I think whenever our guys, a lot of people think energy is given off of made shots. Energy is given off of stops that create easy baskets. So once our men, we were getting stops and our bodies were flying around and our athleticism came into play, I thought they methodically put us to sleep a couple of times. And for whatever reason, we just couldn't wake up and they were running their offense. And we had so many different breakdowns. So what you saw today was you just saw us continuing trying to develop our defensive system. And in the end, offensively, as much as we've been struggling with the ball, their press actually helped us get back into the game offensively. It actually fired us differently because the floor looked like an ocean with the pressure. And when I have these little mighty mites getting into the lane and getting into the paint, it allowed us for penetrating pitch opportunities, and then the basket began to open up once we were making perimeter shots. So our defense invigorated us more so than our offense.
John Titel from Hoops HD for Coach. You talked about how the past two games have been 20-plus turnover games. Is it something in practice that you can see the team is just getting better, either mentally or physically or otherwise, at ball control?
Yeah, we watch a lot of film, and it's going to be an issue we're going to have to deal with all year as far as getting our guys to get confident to advance the ball. Right, we have to advance the ball against pressure, move it, attack, move it. All right, anytime a team presses you, two are on the ball. So behind the ball is always we have the advantage. If two come to the ball, it's 4-on-3 somewhere on the floor, and we have to do a better job coaching them, recognizing where those bodies are, and where they belong on the floor. And I thought we got a little bit better today with it. We did a little bit better. It was a couple of costly turnovers, but I didn't think it cost us the game as much as the last couple of games where we was a hot potato.
Coach, what went into playing Cam Baycoat so much down the stretch after only got a couple minutes early on?
Gut feeling. I thought the staff did a really good job of, he's the ultimate settle you down guy. He's a little bit older. He's been in a lot of college games. I like his demeanor. I don't think he gets too rattled. He knows where the ball's supposed to go. I think he's like a coach on the floor, and because he's not this demonstrative, outspoken, person, he just does his job and he does it the right way, right? He's the guy that makes a lot of companies a lot of money, and everybody gives the CEO all the credit. He deserves all the credit. He did a hell of a job those last 6 minutes of the game, right? And he was the silent assassin today. So good for you for pointing that out.
And with Jay, is he just, was that precautionary as much as anything else, kind of limiting the minutes there in the second half?
Yeah, so, he was struggling, and yeah, it's a long season, and he's had an injury where he was out for 6 weeks, and you can see right when he did it. We tried to go with him, but he was moving pretty slow. So we want to make sure we always protect the health and wellness of our men.
And Dontrez, the playing 2 in 2 days and getting through this after having the last couple games, how much do you think this helps with the maturity of this bunch as you guys head further into the season?
Yeah, I feel like it helps a lot, especially going through the adversity we've been through. Guys being banged up and being down late down the stretch, and just you got to grow up. And I feel like these past 2 days we did that.
I think think what people are seeing with Dontrez is a young man really coming into his own, right? I think every game Trez has played for us wasn't a heavy minute game at his last school, so he didn't have all the, I would say, I won't even use pressure, I would say the expectation of which we have as a staff. And I saw over the last 2 weeks in practice, his emotional toughness, his mental toughness, his physical toughness, his ability to make shots, and just believing in himself a little bit more. Little by little, Dontrez is slowly coming up the ranks as far as being a player that is going to be somebody that the Big East will definitely know about.
Any other questions?
Happy holidays.